Hi everyone, my name is Liana. I am going to do my presentation today about breast cancer. Nutrition has a critical role in the occurrence of breast cancer. According to Holmes, between 50 to 80% of cancer patients develop cachexia, leading to wasting and physical weakness, reduced performance status, and decreased survival rates. Therefore, he suggests several interventions for cancer patients. First, nutritional screening and assessment. It must be performed early in the course of breast cancer and regularly thereafter because it reveals the degree to which the need for nutrient is met by food consumption and provide a baseline for ongoing basis. Second, dietary counseling. It may improve nutrient intake and quality of life. Some example include suggesting that there are 3 small light meals, 3 small energy-dense snacks with a focus on favorite foods, identifying when patient appetite is at its best, keeping to a regular schedule to ensure meals are not missed, encouraging patient to eat with family, friends in a pleasant environment. Such counseling improves food consumption, helping many patients to maintain their weight. Healthcare provider also can provide appropriate supplements such as carnation breakfast and complan. And number 4, artificial nutrition. When the patient cannot take the supplement orally because of the bad taste, there is artificial nutrition available such as enteral and parenteral nutrition. A study shows for diet and recurrence of breast cancer that decreasing the patient consumption of red and processed meat, increased fruit and vegetables consumption will help in lowering the aggravating effects of chemotherapy treatment. Subsequently, the change of diet may reduce the risk of cancer reoccurrence. Another environmental influencing breast cancer recurrence and progression of the disease is obesity. The high body mass index is related with increased risk of the postmenopausal breast cancer. Obesity also is associated with the poor outcome in people with a history of breast cancer. There is new therapies for breast cancer. In the past, a study found that overexpression of the human epidermal growth factors receptor 2 caused the poor prognosis in metastatic breast cancer. The regular HER2 targeted therapies have the limitation because of the development of drug resistance and tolerability issue. So, there are new targeted therapy developed that show potent and selective inhibition of this target or closely connected molecular pathway. The new drug is called neratinib. It is an orally administered, irreversible pan-HER inhibitor with activity against HER1, HER2, HER4. Neratinib irreversibly inhibits tyrosine kinase activity by binding with cysteine in the ATP binding pocket of the enzyme and prevent autophosphorylation. This new drug is in the clinical trial right now. The advantage of this drug is that it is effective as a single agent or as combination therapy in managing breast cancer. It shows no evidence of skin toxicity. The EGFR effects weaker than other chemotherapy drugs. The disadvantage is that the patient may have diarrhea. It is the only main side effects. Breast cancer and chemotherapy can induce depression. Breast cancer can greatly influence a patient's body image. For example, a patient might have mastectomy, and then it will, and also the chemotherapy cause a patient to lose her hair. It impacts the body image, and then it can make them depressed. Major depressive disorder or depression is a serious mental illness. Depression interferes with the patient's daily life and routine. It also reduces the quality of life of the patient. Studies show that depression has a detrimental effect on the quality of life of cancer patient, therefore the prognosis of cancer patient. However, a study shows that depression is a predictive of all cause of mortality of all patients. And there are several common treatment for depression in treating a patient with breast cancer who has depression. Some of it cognitive behavioral therapy. It is a psychotherapy or talk therapy that helps people change negative thinking style and behavior that may contribute to their depression. Some medication, including SSRI and SNRI, they both types of antidepressant medication. Psychoeducation, it teaches the patient about their illness and its treatment. Stress management training, which teaches the patient different ways to cope with anxiety. Problem-solving therapy, it helps the patient to identify problems that interfere with their daily life and contribute to their depressive symptoms, and how to solve those problems. Lastly, a patient can also join a support group. Newest research of breast cancer. The researcher discovered a new type of breast cancer gene mutation named PPM1D. The mutation were mosaic. It arises during development because of somatic mutation. Not all cells has the mutation. This PPM1D mutation was found in 18 of 6,912 women with breast cancer, in 12 of 1,121 women with ovarian cancer, but only 1 of 5,861 control subjects. Fortunately, the mutation of the gene were located only in a short 370 base pair stretch of DNA. These mutations are similar with BRCA1 and BRCA2 in terms of lifetime risk, although it is 10 times more rare. People, especially women, can get genetic testing to check this susceptibility gene. Epidemiology of breast cancer is closely related to someone's lifestyle. Some unhealthy lifestyles, such as abnormal alcohol ingestion, can increase the risk of cancer. In addition, an occupation related to radiation exposure may cause a genetic mutation. The risk in getting breast cancer can increase as the exposure to these carcinogenic factors, depending on the amount and timing of exposure. For example, a study by Chavon showed that more than 3 drinks of alcohol per day cause 1.3 times relative risk higher than normal. Radiation, such as atomic bomb or intense radiation therapy, will increase the relative risk to 2 to 6 times higher in getting a breast cancer. Patient has right. In case that there is an evidence of hereditary breast cancer disease in the family history, well-trained clinicians may decide to provide genetic counseling and testing. Patients with breast cancer have the right to have genetic counseling before they decide whether they want a genetic testing or not. Preventive measure by genetic counseling. Cancer genetics have improved identification of high-risk family in which cancer risk can be linked to mutation in cancer susceptible genes. Risk assessment, heightened screening, and risk reduction option can offer life-saving intervention for the woman and family member who are at risk. Patients can have their risk for BRCA1 or BRCA2 mutation and Li-Famany syndromes, both which can increase their risk in getting breast cancer. As you can see from the statistic, the risk of breast cancer greatly increased with the BRCA1 and BRCA2 mutation in both women and men. I like this quote by Power and Stoffer. Accurate and thorough collection of family history remains the cornerstone of cancer risk assessment and identification of high-risk family. I think it is good to prevent someone from getting a breast cancer before it's happening by getting a genetic testing. Angelina Jolie is one of an example of a woman who choose to have a preventative mastectomy before getting a breast cancer herself. And lastly, breast cancer affect people from different backgrounds. Some breast cancer patients have language difficulty in speaking English. This problem can affect the effectiveness of their cancer treatment. Therefore, there is a bilingual education intervention. These interventions show to improve cancer treatment for non-English speaking and low-acculturated Latina. They are more vulnerable to poor quality of life and increased distress. So I believe culturally sensitive patient care, incorporating the cultural values and belief, shows that it will help Latina breast cancer patients to adjust to their condition. Second, health education by breast cancer survival. Another study shows that a one-time breast health class provided by trained breast cancer survival can be useful in motivating young women to adopt behavior that help to prevent breast cancer morbidity and mortality. It is important for nurses to teach a young woman, especially how to have a breast examination and to pay to their attention since they are young. This is my handout for my presentation, like a summary of my presentation from picture chart. This is the second one. This is my reference page. That is all my presentation. Thank you for